Hey plant pals, it's Mike Cat Gardener, and today's video is on a fail because what happened was the temperature outside dropped to 30 degrees for a couple nights in a row, and I didn't have the heat on in my house. And so what happened is the house dropped to 60 degrees, and some of my plants that were inside that were used to growing at a specific temperature, I keep my house pretty much 76 degrees all year long, and when the house dropped to 60, these plants that have been growing for their entire life at 76 degrees went into shock. Now this guy I don't think is savable. I think he's done for, but this is my Fresno pepper that I was growing in my unit that I saved from cancellation, and we'll harvest these because you can eat, jalapenos at any stage, and I will save them, eat them, put them in an omelet or whatever, and grow something else. That's the best thing about hydroponics is this thing was only like a month and a half old and it was already producing fruit for me. So I will just do it again. And because I have the heat on in the house now, the temperature will be stable and I should not have any problems. And just for fun, I'll show you a ripe Fresno pepper. It's beautiful, tasty, love it. And I got more still growing in this unit. Eventually I will get rid of this thing and start fresh because, it's fun. And one thing I did want to show over here is this one also took shock from the temperature change. This is the unit that had the pump died on it that I repaired, and it had spider mites, and it still produces tons of peppers for me. But because this is by a door, outside door, the temperature dropped, it went into shock. So I'm going to harvest the peppers and start fresh with something else. So that's the update on what's going on with me. Oh, I will show this one did not care about the cold, did not go into shock. Neither did the basil. But, these things happen. And this is my bonsai cherry tomato here that's, that was near dead. When I did whisper to it, it came back to life. And it's growing like mad. It's got flowers on it and then fruit. But it is kind of impeding on my other units here. So you see these little fuzzy little hairs right here, those can become roots. So if I cut it off here and put this in water, it might start sprouting roots and I can grow a whole nother plant, which is pretty cool. So, this is fun for me. And you can see all the little hairs all over this thing. It's basically begging to be propagated. It's begging for me to start new plants from it. And I'm happy to oblige because I find the tomatoes on here very tasty, but they are getting on kind of on the small side. They used to be double this size, but this plant is old, very old, almost 3 years old, and that's what happens. This is actually a determinate variety. It's supposed to die off once it reaches its fruiting stage and produces the fruit. It's supposed to die, and then the fruits drop and starts a new plant in its place. Well, that hasn't happened. This thing just keeps on ticking. So we'll see what happens. But like I said, wintertime for me is a time to restart my indoor grows, pay attention to them, devote more attention and time and care to them, and because I enjoy seeing beautiful things growing when it's 40 below outside and you see nothing but white snow and there's nothing green, and it's dark, because it gets dark very early in the wintertime here. So sometimes at 4 o'clock it'll be dark, nighttime, and this perks you up. Seeing colors like yellows and greens and reds makes you happy. So yeah, that's what's happening. Any comments, questions, sympathies for the poor plant? going to the upper room, but it did a little bit of something. And whatever takes its place will hopefully not suffer the cold snap that happened in my house. Alright. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Have a great day.